It's tea time with the Pro Noun, the fastest moving golf show on the planet. Get the latest in local and national golf news with guests from around the world and around Central New York. Now it's tea time with the Pro Noun, sponsored by CH Insurance on News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM and live everywhere on iHeartRadio.
Good morning, golf fans in America. Do we have a surprise for you today? Yes, sir. We have two co-hosts today. One of them is a regular, sort of a regular. He's very busy on weekends playing golf and being with family and business. He's always on business somewhere, but he's the title sponsor for Tea Time with the Pro Noun. It would be Mr. Joe Convertino, the senior club champion at Cavalry Club in Syracuse, New York. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm fine. Yes, I mentioned your senior club championship. And by the way, that's the third one you said.
Third one.
Third
one.
Senior club championship.
But I don't like being called a senior, Perry.
And well, I never did either.
Right. Did you hear our news last week?
No, what news?
I mean, daughter got engaged.
Oh, yes, of course.
Can
Yes.
you believe that? That's why I couldn't be here, Perry.
Yes, so correct. And you were in this funny little place.
Somewhere in the Caribbean.
Somewhere in the Caribbean, near the Bahamas. I checked on that place.
Yeah.
They have one of the most famous beaches in the world at your little place.
Really?
Oh, you don't want to mention it all
No,
of
I
a
couldn't
sudden.
find golf courses.
You couldn't? I know. Yeah, there's no golf courses there. It's too beautiful.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But what? She's happy. I'm happy. But now I got to pay that bill next year.
Yes, I know. Just like your Titleist T-shirt that you have on now that we had that
was
factory number 3 at Titleist. Remember that, Mr. Convertino?
Fun trip, and I drove you.
Yes, and we sat we laid down on a little vat that had, I think, 35,000 golf balls.
It was unbelievable.
It was pretty cool.
I had to get you out of there, though.
Okay, but that's all right. Listen, hang on a second. Now, folks, Joe is our regular co-host, but now we have another co-host in the studio who co-hosted with me when he was still in diapers. Now, I can't remember, and neither could he, but it was either just as he was going to turn pro, or he had turned pro, a professional golfer. You might remember him. He's a longtime resident. I found out that Joe's daughter and John are good friends, right?
Right. He's also a West Jenny grad.
West Jenny grad, went on to play professional golf after a career at Lemoyne College on the men's varsity golf team. And that would be our own John Clare. Good morning, John.
Morning, Perry. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Does it look familiar, or are the studios a little different?
I remember it looking much different.
Yeah.
But it's a great improvement.
Oh, my gosh. This is Fifth Avenue stuff. This is as good. I mean, this board, some people don't even know how to run this board compared to those old ones there. I think they were 20 or 30 years old. Anyway, you're back in town. Hey, what do you have here on? What are you wearing here? That's cool. I would like one of those.
So this is the company that sponsors me this year. It's called Inward Half Golf.
Inward Half.
Inward Half. These guys there are 3 guys out of Knoxville, Tennessee that make some of the best clothes, really, in golf. So I'm wearing them. My family's wearing them. Friends of mine have ordered stuff and bought stuff. You can go on the website, Perry.
Wow.
Yes.
Which you're going to do.
Oh, yes, we're going to do it.
You're going to go on the website. Joe is too. Now I know how much he spent on his Titleist hoodie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Joe's going on, and you use my code JC at checkout. Just type my initials in. You'll get 20% off.
Yeah,
JC.
baby.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
we'll
about.
mention the website at the end of the show for our listeners.
Yep.
That'd be great.
No, why at the end of the show? Let's mention it during the show. What is the website?
InwardHalfGolf.com.
InwardHalfGolf. InwardHalfGolf.com. Now, the inward golf, there's got to be a significance because that's got a nice little trim up the zipper. That's like what they call a hoodie. But what is that little logo down there? Was that a button?
Yeah, so it's like an IH. Okay, there's a little. It's like
inward half.
It's like a golf pin. Yeah, it's like the inward 9, so like the back 9.
Wow.
Their slogan is "Enjoy the walk in." You know, like when you're, because you look good wearing it, so you might as well just enjoy the walk in.
That looks like
But John, is he going to be able, or are they going to be able to put the CH Insurance logo on the sleeve?
Yeah, we do custom printing for whatever you need.
Okay.
They do a whole custom shop. They do hats, sweatshirts, golf shirts, hoodies,
What a plug.
anything you need. We got you covered, Joe.
Got us covered.
We got you covered.
Yes, and we're going to send you a copy of this so that you can send it off to them if you want.
Perfect.
Huh?
Perfect.
All right, so let's start from your career here. You're a little kid growing up in West Genesee, and when did something click and said, gee, I'd like to play on the golf team at West Genesee?
I think it was right about the time I got cut from the middle school basketball team for the second time. For the second time. I tried out in 7th grade. Coach told me to come back next year, cut me again. So I was like, all right, I think I'm going to focus on golf. Golf seems to be, I haven't gotten cut from that yet. So that's when I started to focus on golf.
Okay. And when did you then know that you had something going on? In other words, you did some things in golf which said to you, hey, maybe I can play this game. In high school,
Well, Perry talks about, before you answer that, the it factor. Like, it's the it factor that I know I got it.
Yeah.
When was that?
In high school.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, there's a story from back even before high school. My dad and I would always go play Camillus Country Club. They were members there when I was growing up. And, you know, I was probably maybe 10 years old. And he would say, we'd go out and play 9 holes at night. And there was one time on the 3rd green where he was like, if you make this putt, it was a 30-footer. He goes, if you make this putt, I'll give you $30. Made it.
Oh.
All right. So then we go to like the 4th or 5th hole, and I go double or nothing.
Oh.
Made it again. So then I took like the $60 and I went and bought a skateboard. So like that was my, you know what I mean? So I wasn't even really focused on golf, but it was there. My dad likes to tell that story because he's like, you know, if you focus you enough and you put some money on the line, I tend to make some putts. I tend to do some stuff. So I think that right there was a moment that I look back on and I'm like, okay, I just am interested in the game. It's fun. I don't know if there was ever like a tournament that I won where I was like, you know, okay, now I'm good enough to try and play professionally. I just always liked the game enough to give it a run after college.
So during the high school tenure, though, you played for Coach Joe DeBlois, friend of ours. Talk about the recruiting process. What decisions you made there? Did you have a lot of locals? I know you went to Lemoyne, but talk about that a little bit.
I had almost none.
Okay.
I didn't have very many looks. I actually had to ask Joe. This is how great of a coach and a mentor Joe is. He didn't want to recruit me because he thought he might sway my decision because of how close we were. So he didn't mention a thing about Lemoyne to me. I was trying to get looks, you know, Division I looks somewhere else down south, couldn't get them. I just didn't have enough exposure. And I probably just wasn't good enough at the time. But Joe, eventually, I had to go to him and I said, Joe, I have like no looks out of college. I go, can I come play for Lemoyne? So I asked him. I kind of recruited myself to Joe, and then he said, absolutely.
Wow, that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Now hang on. So, you're in high school. As a high school player, were you the number 1 player on the team?
Yeah.
Okay, you were number 1.
Yeah.
And so, did you win like the sectionals, or did you do anything significant in high school?
Not really. I mean, I think I won the sectionals a couple times. I think I won the high school state qualifier. I didn't win the state tournament. I think my best finish in the state tournament was like maybe 3rd or 4th. I never won that. So
still good.
So it's not a huge. You win some tournaments, but you're still not the number 1 player, amateur high school player in the area.
No.
Okay, now you go to Joe, and you're there as a freshman, and tell us about your career at Lemoyne.
Well, I went to Lemoyne my freshman year. I think I won 2 or 3 tournaments pretty quickly, and then I actually decided to transfer. I transferred. You don't know this?
No, I didn't know
man.
that.
Where'd you go? Nazareth University?
No. So I decided I was so dead set on, especially after winning a couple tournaments, you know, feeling confident, being 18 years old, right? And I'm like, I want to transfer somewhere else. I want to play like high level Division I.
Oh, I did not know that.
So what I did was I transferred to a Division I community college down in Alabama. So to get more exposure, get better looks, because a lot of those high-profile schools actually look down there for kids that were, you know, maybe their grades weren't good enough to get in right away, but all of a sudden they have a couple easy years at community college, you know, because it wasn't the hardest curriculum.
Listen,
but
before you continue, can you continue right where you're leaving off right now? Because we got to take a break and we'll be right back.
Sure.
You're going to be here for the whole hour, right?
Whole hour.
Folks, you hang on. We're going to talk to John Clare, Joe Convertino, Allison, Kyla, Travis, everybody. News Radio 570 WSYR. Yeah. All right, we're back. Tea Time with the Pro Noun, the fastest moving golf show on the planet. We got Joe Convertino Jr. co-hosting from CH Insurance. He's in our corner, I guess. Hello,
You
Joe.
got me in the corner
Yeah,
today
you're in the
because we
corner
got a
today.
special
You're way
guest.
down there. We have a special guest, John Clare, local kid, West Genesee kid, now playing professional golf. And we got to the point where John was talking about his career at Lemoyne College now, and he decides to transfer. Go on from there.
So this is where I think I started to get good. Was I went down to Alabama, played the junior college golf. I only played there for a semester. Okay, but I was inside the top 10 nationally at the Division I junior college level. I had finished multiple tournaments at like double digits under par. Something just clicked for me down there. I started playing really good. Ultimately, I decided to transfer back to Lemoyne.
Why?
Well, two reasons. One, the year before I left, we were like a shot or two away from qualifying for the national championship my freshman year at Lemoyne. So there was a little bit of unfinished business. Joe Tesori also, if you remember back then, was really ill.
Yes.
And to me, I mean, he's like a mentor for me, very close with him. Back then, I just had a moment of clarity that I know I'm going to go play professional golf. I'm going to try and go play professional golf. So back then, it didn't matter where you played. You just had to just get through college and turn pro. So I decided, and I had some other looks. I was maybe going to go to Arizona State. I was talking with, back in the day, Tim Mickelson, Phil's brother, was the coach there. We had visits set up to go there. I had a couple other full ride offers from some other D1 schools. And I turned them all down, and I went back to Lemoyne because Joe was ill. I felt like there was some unfinished business. That's where I wanted to be. And, the kids on the team. And so we went back, and then from there, I think, is where my college career.
That had to be a nice phone call back to Mr. Tesori, Coach. Hey, I'm coming back.
It was pretty emotional, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Perry, lesson learned. That's why you always leave on good terms, whether it's in business,
Don't burn
golf, coaching, right?
Yeah. If you burn bridges,
right,
that bridge is not there anymore. So you got to start all over again.
That's a Joe seniorism.
That's
a Joe seniorism, and it applies to golf, and that's a life lesson for this kid, right? When golf's over and he's in business, it's unbelievable. But that semester in Bama, obviously the weather, you were studying, right?
I was. If a lot of people don't know this fun fact about community college in Alabama, it is a state law that you go to school from Monday to Thursday and you have Fridays off. So, yeah, Joe, we were doing a lot of studying.
What did you study? What was your degree?
I have a major, I majored in criminology.
Good.
Yeah, a degree in criminology.
Okay.
Hey, that's cool. Okay, so you're at Lemoyne, and you're now a junior or a senior, and your aspirations of going after the title because you got a good team now. Who's on the team at the time?
Let's see. My my sophomore year, we went to the national championship when I got back. Actually, when I transferred back in, then we made it. We had Dan Moulter, Danny Edwards, Aiden Fuller. My junior year, we had Aiden, Danny Thomas, Joe Petrin.
Danny Thomas, you guys are loaded.
Yeah, we were stacked. We had a really good team, and we were all recruited locally, so we knew each other. There was like no, we all knew each other growing up.
Didn't Danny work at another plug for the Calvary Club? Didn't Danny work there as an
assistant?
I don't know. Can
Dan Moulter.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. Yeah, we were really good.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we were really good. And then my senior year was the same thing, kind of Danny Thomas, Joe Petrin, a couple other younger kids. Johnny Petrin, Joe's brother, played as well with us. We were stacked for 3 years straight.
Stacked? Did you get
to the championship? Is that the stuff we see on ESPN in the spring?
Yeah.
Out in California, and you were there?
We played in 3 of them. Yep.
Man.
Now, by the way, I announced that some of Joe's tournaments that he had, and I can't remember it going back that far, but at Timberbanks, did you play any at tournaments?
Yeah, that was the Mike Bello Invitational.
Okay.
Yeah, you were always the announcer.
And I announced you guys on the first starter, right, on the first tee, and I remember.
Did you shine shoes, Perry?
I shined shoes. I did everything. I know how to shine shoes. My shoes are shined when I played.
He just wants to shine those shoes at tournaments.
Okay, so now you're a senior and you're saying, "Hey, now I'm gonna try to go." What was your first step?
My first step, I think, was just playing in my first turn. My first.
Okay, but I mean, you had to register, or
do you need an agent?
You have to qualify.
Do you need an agent?
I would love one.
No, in that world, I don't know.
Oh,
if
no,
need
you
an
don't need
agent.
one.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I thought he was offering.
Okay, I'll be an agent.
yeah.
I'll be an agent.
You'd be a good one.
I don't even care if I get paid. You can keep
That's
all
a
of
good
the
thing
earnings.
if you're going to be my agent.
No, I mean, if I always wondered, you're that good,
Yeah.
who helps you? Is there a counselor? Is there a consultant? Is it Coach Tesori? Is it, I don't know, who helps you with to get to that? I want to go to that tournament. You just apply?
You just do it. Yeah, you
register.
just sign up and you say, I remember my first tournament was the Cape Cod Open in Massachusetts. It's a 3-day tournament.
$250?
I think it was probably $250, $300 to play. And you just sign up, you click the box, you say, I'm going to play as a professional. And then, you're a pro now.
Perry, I might try that.
Okay, hang on a second. Now I have a surprise. I have a surprise for Joe. All right, and for you.
Oh.
We have the On the Green report with the Kenster, Ken O'Neill.
Oh, Kenny.
Good morning. How are you fellas today?
Good. We're doing good, Ken. What do you got for us?
All right. We have hole-in-ones today. July 31st, Jack Needle on the 116-yard seventh hole at Radisson Greens using a 52-degree wedge. August 2nd, Scott Johnson on the 158-yard 11th hole at Highland Park using an 8-iron. August 2nd, Dan Nassif on the 75-yard 9th hole at the View using a wedge. August 3rd, Rick Tewksbury on the 136-yard 3rd hole at Majestic Hills using an 8-iron. August 4th, Maureen Donovan on the 111-yard 4th hole at Oswego Country Club using a pitching wedge. August 5th, William Strife on the 145-yard 7th hole at Foxfire using an 8-iron. We have two more on August 5th. Laurie Rivers on the 170-yard 10th hole at Drumlins West using a 3-wood. August 7th, Jason Falcone on the 158-yard 13th hole at Timberbanks using a 7-iron. Now, shooting your age, 93-year-old Joe Giancola shot his age at the Cortland Country Club on August 7th.
And a boy, Joe.
An 81-year-old Jim Donahoe shot a 76 at McConnellsville on July 28th.
Wow.
The BMW Championship at Caves Valley Golf Club after 2 rounds, Robert McIntyre at 14 under leads Scotty Scheffler by 5 strokes at 9 under, followed by Aberg and Matsuyama at 8 and 7, respectively. The Senior Tour Rogers Charity Classic at Cannon Meadows Golf and Country Club. After the first round, Steve Elker and Miguel Angel Jimenez lead at 7 under. And finally, as I turn the page, the Standard Portland Classic at the Columbia Edgewater Country Club, 6,497-yard par 72. Jay Lee leads at 12 under. Gracie Kim and Gerline Cal of the U.S. at -11. And that's a look at the On the Green report with me.
The Kenster, Ken O'Neill. Okay, Ken, hey, thanks a lot. I'll touch base with you this weekend.
All right, thank you.
All right, there he goes. Those holes at ones are kind of cool,
They're
right?
a lot. They're a lot. Perry, how many times have you shot your age?
It is not important,
John,
Joe.
John, when I first met Perry,
Oh, geez.
Perry, how many times you shot your age? And he's not a cocky guy.
Oh,
Guy's very humble, okay? Joe, every time.
I didn't say every time.
I
didn't
think you
say
did.
I didn't say every time.
I
don't
think
like
you
that. I don't
have,
like
though.
to say every
But
time.
no one knows
I
your
don't like-
age, Perry.
Who cares?
Okay.
What does age have to do with anything?
Right.
It has nothing to do with anything. I don't even know my children's
right.
birthday,
All right,
except for Perry,
let's
because
get
he was
back to
supposed
our
to be
guest.
born on the 4th. I know John
All right.
Clare, but he's going to be with us the whole hour for heaven's
Yes. All right.
sake.
So, Mr. Clare, so you're doing the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
You get to that first tournament. Was it Cape Cod?
It was the Cape Cod Open.
Okay. Explain it. How'd you play? And did the light bulb go off? Did you drive with the parents, the girlfriend?
No, I rode up there with Aiden Fuller, I believe. No, I don't know if Aiden caddied for me that tournament. He caddied for me my next tournament. But the Cape Cod Open, maybe he was. I can't really remember if he was there or not. Not important. But I showed up, and they announced you on the first tee, and they're like, playing as a professional, John Clare. And I'm telling you, man, I am shaking. Hearing that come out is like, it was the weirdest feeling because you play your whole career as an amateur, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I guess I'm a pro now. And then I made the cut, and I think, my parents, because I didn't have any money, I was coming.
How was that first drive with the nerves? Hit the fairway?
I don't remember. Probably not.
Okay.
My parents paid for all my expenses my first tournament. The entry fee, my hotel. I mean, I had nothing. I was coming out of college. I was delivering pizza. I got no money. And I think I made my first check was like $900. Right? Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell you the next week, this is a funny story. I'll tell you the next week we went to the Massachusetts State Open. And in the final round, I made the cut on the number. The final round, I broke the course record by 3, came in third place, and won $5,000.
Whoa!
Okay, so my first 2 weeks as a pro, I've made almost $6,000, and I'm like coming from pennies in my account. I'm like, this is going to be easy. You know, I'm like, this is the best.
Sign.
Bad sign, right?
Barry,
right?
Where's your daughter?
Wait, hang on. I know Hollywood.
Okay.
I wish you hadn't. You did get a little cocky.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
wow.
I've gone from like $22 in my account to like $6,000, and I'm like, I'm thinking I'm a millionaire, right? I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. So I get the checks in the mail or whatever. They were coming in the mail direct, whatever. I told my parents, I go, look, you guys paid for my expenses the first. We're gonna take you out to dinner. And they go, okay. So we go out to Rosalie's in Skinny Atlas. Okay. We get there, we order a nice dinner, food, wine, the whole thing. I swipe my card. Waiter comes back, sign the bill, all good. I get a message on my phone 2 minutes later. Your account is overdrawn. Like the checks didn't even clear. And I was out at the restaurant with them. It was so fun. And obviously the next week the checks got in, but it was so funny. My parents and I talk about that all the time.
They had to cover the bill.
They had to cover.
They had to cover.
They had to cover. They're like, you kidding me with this kid?
Oh my.
No, it was good, man. No, it was good memories. The first couple, like turning pro, that's a good memory for me.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go back to our regular programming. We want you to sit here and kind of like be a host and talk to our next guest.
A lot of pressure
as well.
on him, Perry.
Yeah, so was.
He's got pressure
By the way,
over 30 footers.
When you were here, were you a pizza
Delivery
guy for Cam's?
Cam's Pizza.
Yeah, Cam's Pizza delivery guy, John Clare. There you go.
We love Tony Calciabetta.
Yes.
Tony, yep.
All right, folks, hang on. We're coming back with John Clare, Joe Convertino Jr., and the Pro Noun. After these messages, News Radio 570 WSYR. Who wakes you up with this kind of music? I'm not a rock guy. Hey, give us some Sinatra once in a while. Tea time with the Pro Noun. Here at the iHeart Studios in downtown Syracuse, Joe Convertino Jr. and John Clare. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Perry, are you ready for Monday?
Oh, that's right. We
on
got a
point
big
for college. Perry's coming. It's business, Perry.
It's business. I know it's business.
But we need you to make some putts this year. You didn't putt well last year at the Calvary Club.
That's a good start, isn't it? That's a good start for a teammate, isn't it?
Good morning to you, too.
Perry,
good morning to you, too, Joey. Get on your diapers, will you, please? All right, our next guest is someone that you may know, but he's CNY, Central New York PGA Hall of Famer. But more importantly, he spent over 39 years of his career with the PGA, on the PGA of America Rules Committees, played all over the world. Mr. Tom Gorman, meet John Clare and Joe Convertino. Good morning.
Well, it's good to be with you guys. I haven't seen John Clare except maybe a day ago. So,
What'd he shoot?
What did he shoot? He makes nothing but birdies.
I know.
So we're rooting like hell for him to get through one of these Q schools and whatever. So go from there. So, and Perry, making putts. You haven't made a putt since you got rid of that. You had a really good putter, and you brought that piece of junk out.
Oh my God, Perry! You think I'm bad? God.
I never heard of this company, Joe. I never heard of this company. Ask John Clare if he heard of that company. He knows all the companies.
What company is your putter?
What's the putter, Perry?
I had one that was what the heck is the name of the guy? The president sent it to me. It was $500 putter, but.
Yeah, really?
No, he sent it to me. He sent it to me because I interviewed him on the show. And I even complimented him on the putter. I made five birdies. The first time I used the darn thing. It was
And then you pitch the shot off
it has 3 circles on it. It has 3 circles on it, and the first name is Scotty.
Yeah. Let's talk here, guys. We got a little tournament going on, this BMW thing, which is all this money grab. This McIntyre can play. You can see, people don't realize he won the Scottish Open, and he's got a 5-shot lead. He birdied the final 6 holes. But, the leaderboard here, I want to start talking, it's the top 30 that make it for the big money, and I don't have a tremendous amount of interest. I may check in and see. And McIlroy didn't even play in the first tournament, and this whole thing, I think the tour got him up with better. I don't know how many people. I don't know. John, are you really excited about this FedEx Cup?
No, they need to redo this. There's this conversation could go for 2 hours, but no, they need to redo this whole FedEx Cup playoffs event. It's not the right format. I don't think it's enticing to people. I mean, if they've learned one thing over the last 3 years about this Live PGA rival is that the fans just don't care how much money these guys are making. They just don't. They can't relate to it. I don't think it draws golfers in, just all this money talk. I think they just want to see the best players in the world play against each other, and they want to see high-level golf when they're sitting at home on their couch, and this just isn't
good point.
I don't think this is very enticing.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and I agree with you, John, and that's why are on, and the players from both of the tours, all the best players in the world are playing, and the audience participation is up. I got to make a comment here. If you go down the list of players here, Perry, we've got the Ryder Cup coming, which is exciting finally, and it's going to be at Bethpage Black, the end of third week of September. But if you look at the names here, this McIntyre, Aberg, Fleetwood, Hovland, Rory, so just 5 out of 6 guys right here are all going to be on the European team, and then you got Scheffler in there. And then our players that they're worried about picking on our team, you got Harmon and Cameron Young. I mean,
Griffin,
Bradley, Morikawa, and Scheffler. They're all over par. I mean, they're not even in contention. I mean, we're going to get our butt kicked again the way it looks right here, unless these guys get their act together. Schauffele is +4, Morikawa's +4, and Keegan Bradley's +2. So where are we going with this team?
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
Sam Burns.
We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together before the Ryder Cup. Don't worry about it, Mr. Gorman.
Keegan Bradley will bring that team together. I love that guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now,
okay, no, hang on a second. Go
ahead,
because we got something else to do here. In the time we have remaining, let's do this one thing first, and then we can finish it up with John. Tom, give us your golf rule of the week. You got a golf rule of the week?
13-1/C, and you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, but
nope.
That's all right. But it's improvements that are allowed on the putting green, and this was the gigantic changes in 2019. There's only 2 ways that whatever you can prove. You can remove sand and loose soil, or you can repair damage. And but a lot of people don't realize that what the damage. You can use your hand. You can even use your foot. You can use any other part of your body. I don't know what that means. If you want to, stick your head down there, whatever. But,
can I take my hat off and do something?
Yes.
Well, you can. Yeah, you can. That wasn't allowed. Now you can brush sand or whatever you can, and you can use a divot tool or a club or some other equipment. And you got to do this without unreasonable delay. What the problem comes in, some guys think they can tap their way all the way to the hole, in other words. Well, if that happens, they're going to get 2 because that's not allowed. You can't make a trough all the way to the hole, in other words. So you got to do this with undue delay. But the biggest thing on this whole thing was ball marks and shoe damage, especially the guys that played late in the day. And they had all these spike marks. The guys that had the greens in the morning when they were virgin, they were great. And I don't know why. This is another rule that took them 100 years to straighten out, but they finally got that, whatever. You can fix old hole plugs, which is also. And the other thing is, I can remember being over at Oak Hill, and the acorns embedded. You couldn't dig them out. Now you can dig. Acorns are every once in a while. Even at Pompey, the deer go across the green. You can fix deer tracks. So you can get the green back to where it's supposed to be when they open up for play in the morning.
Well, that doesn't affect my game.
No, that's. Yeah, I'll try to put better for you. Okay, let's get back to this BMW championship and the players. The team is going to be fine, Tom. The team is going to be fine and I still think that if Keegan Bradley earns his way in the top 10, he should be.
Let's ask John Clare. Can a captain be a player in your mind? Ooh.
Yes, but actually, my answer is yes. Because I don't really know, like, what captain. They have so many assistant captains, and there's so many people around all week. Like, do you really? I don't even really know what they do other than pick the lineups. I mean, what else is there to do as a
motivate them?
Yeah. Motivate them. Okay,
give me a
play ping pong at night.
Motivate them. That's fine. Play ping pong with them. But I don't know. Like, is there really that much to do as a captain? I could be totally wrong. Maybe I am, but
I can tell you right now, Perry, I'll give you a $5 bet. Keegan Bradley will not be the captain. He will not be the captain.
Okay, who do you think is going to make that decision?
He's going to make that decision. He will not be the captain.
Okay, all right. All right, that's
all
right.
But you're right. It's not like it's a coach of a basketball team, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what's in their ears when they're driving around? Hey, did Tiger make that putt?
Yeah.
What's in their earpieces when they manage?
I think it's more of a show.
That's a whole nother show.
Yes,
I like that as we get towards the Ryder Cup.
Perry.
What?
Time out. Yeah, you should know the history here, like Azinger, what he did and what the captain did when I worked at Ryder Cup where we killed them, and he created these pods where he found out in the practice rounds who played good together, and he had 4 different groups or 3 different groups because there's 12 players, and so that's why they kick butt there, and that's what the captain's got to do. He's got to figure out whatever. Not like Tom Watson, who really had his head up his butt when he put Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson together. I mean, can you pitch out what that was?
Right. I mean, Perry, it would be like...
Azinger had it. Those pods work.
Right.
Psychologically, it's important to people, your partner. Absolutely.
That's what a captain does, Johnny. It's like you and me, Perry.
Yeah.
If there's 12 guys and the coach says, you want to play with Convertino, Perry?
Yeah. Okay. Listen. Hey, Tom. Thank you very much. We're up against a hard break. We're going to keep John in here. Thank you for your comments,
Thanks, Tom.
Don. Always entertaining.
Well, next time we should do the half hour, Perry. Get your act together. Will
Yeah,
you?
we're gonna get a half an hour at the end. Get your act together, Perry. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, Tom. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next Saturday at the St. Sophia's tournament again. All right, folks, we're going to take a short break right now, and we're coming back, and maybe we'll have a caller or two. Come on, ask John a question. News Radio 570, WSYR. Oh, who's this? All right, let's dance. All right, now we're dancing. To this. All right, let's go, Kyla, Allison, and John Clare in the studio. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, listen, let's have, okay, who's on there? Sam? All right, Sam from Syracuse has a question for you, Mr. Clare, and what is it? Hello, Sam from Syracuse. You have a question for John Clare?
Yeah.
Okay, shoot.
John, this is about tournament play. Do you find it easier to play in shorts or long pants? I'll hang up.
No. You stay on the air, caller. Hey, Sam, stay on the air. Let John answer it.
Hey, Sam. I feel like I recognize your voice. Have we met before? And the answer is long pants. Because you look down at your legs and they get distracting, and I mean, you wear pants all the time, don't you, Sam?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, folks.
Not at night.
I think our caller Sam surprised John at first, but John picked up pretty quick that caller Sam is really Joe Tesori, the men's golf coach at Lemoyne College, and he had John for 4 years. Thank you for coming on, Joe. So what do you have to say to John?
Well, there's not much that I haven't said. He is clearly, forget that he's one of the best that we've ever had, but more important than a golfer, a great leader, a man of faith, and he makes people around him feel better every day. And you can't get much better than that.
No, you can't.
Hey, Joe.
That's what I got to say.
Wow.
Joe, thank you.
Yeah.
Because when people ask me about you, I say the same thing.
Yeah.
I say the same thing.
Listen, you should have heard him rant in the first segment. It was all about you. The whole segment was about you, Coach.
Well, when Sam hangs up, you'll have something better to say than about Joe Tesori.
All right, listen. We were going to ask John earlier about the best 9 holes he's ever played, and I want you to stay on because was that as a professional?
Yeah, it was in March.
Was that a professional in March?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what you did in March.
So I was playing in a pro member tournament down in Florida, and it's a fun tournament. But again, we were playing for some money, and we were competing with guys that we always compete with, so you want to win. And I started off the round, the front 9. I started off 3 over par through 2 holes.
3 over.
3 over through 2 holes. So then I go to the back 9, and I started off par, birdie, eagle, par again, then made a double eagle. So now I'm 5 under, 5 or 6 under through 5 holes. And then I made 3 more birdies coming in, and I shot 8 under 28. That's my lowest 9 holes ever. And I made par on my last hole. It was a drivable par 4, and I could have shot, if I made eagle, I could have shot 26. If I made birdie, I could have shot 27, but I didn't get up and down out of the bunker. I made par, and I shot 28.
Oh,
28's not bad, though.
Ouch.
28's not bad, no.
I can't do that on putt-putt
Oh,
for 9.
holy cow. 28.
28. That's my lowest. 8 under par for 9 holes. I have not beat that yet. Good goal. Try and beat it.
I've been 7 under, but I play my one-man scramble. I had 2 shots and take my best shot. That's it. I've been 7 under, though, for 9 holes, but it takes me 2 shots to do it. 8 under is pretty good. Okay, so the 2 of you were teamed up, and you told me about that championship run, and then John shined were there 2 national tournaments, Joe?
Yeah, well, 2 national championships, but the one famous one is when we were in West Virginia, and John hit a wayward shot into the woods on the 16th hole, and he was going to punch out, and there was water in front of us, a lake. And I said, I don't think we need you to punch out. We need a birdie. We need 2 birdies on the next 3 holes. I said, we practiced at Pompey, skipping the ball over the water. Take your 3-iron and skip it over the water. He skips it over the water onto the green, makes birdie, and then makes birdie on the last hole. Everybody said he got lucky. It wasn't luck. We practiced that.
Oh,
True story.
Oh, wow! What a story
Skipper,
that
so
is.
you would do well at the Masters par 3 off the water.
I would do very well, hopefully. So hopefully I can test that out one day.
Skipper. I'd love it.
All right, now, in the time we have remaining, tell us where you're going from here and what your plans are, so that all of us know now, including Coach.
So I'm here now in Syracuse for the next probably 2 months. I need to find a couple more tournaments to play in, get ready for Q School in the fall, which I'm playing in October, 3rd week of October down in North Carolina. So I'm playing in a really big fundraiser the first weekend in September. It's called the Northeastern Pennsylvania Invitational. Brandon Matthews is a PGA Tour player. It's his foundation. They raise a ton of money for this the Jack Nicklaus Foundation, and it's Play Yellow for kids. So we're going to play in that. And that's a competition inside the Pro-Am as well. So that's a fun tournament. But other than that, I'm just kind of hanging, practicing, preparing myself.
Don't forget some of the tournaments Perry and I are going to take you to.
Let me know.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, thank you very much for coming on. It was a nice segment, great story about John skipping that ball over that pond. Have a great weekend, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Take care, Sam.
Okay, there you go. Okay, Sam. All right. So, what
was that
what do you have to
skipper?
say
He
now?
said you were in the woods.
Yeah, so the 16th hole there was it was water in front of the green in an elevated green. So it was sort of you punch out and then you're going to have a tough shot anyways. It's probably a bogey, right? So the confidence, first of all, for me to believe in him to say, hey, why don't you skip this ball at a pivotal moment? I mean, I could have ended the tournament right there for the whole team going to the national championship. But Joe instilled enough confidence in me with our practice, with how much I trusted him as my coach growing up since 10 years old, taking lessons from him. He goes, why don't you just skip it? And I'm like, okay.
Talk about the lie a little bit.
It was a good lie. I mean, the rough there, I remember at West Virginia, was kind of dead. It was sort of browned out, so it wasn't a lot of like friction with the grass. So you could get something.
Boom.
You could get the ball running low and fast without it catching the rough and stopping. So that was. I tried it and it worked.
And so
then,
that skipped onto the green?
Skipped onto the green, made the putt.
Oh, you got to be
17,
kidding me.
I got up and down out of a bunker, and then 18, I made a 10-footer to get us to the national championship.
Perry, before he leaves, can we get a stroke saver for me and you from him?
Okay, Joe. I mean, John.
Stroke saver.
Something that'll save us one shot over the weekend. What for an amateur?
Chip with less loft.
Chip with less loft. I love it. I love a stroke saver from John Clare.
There you go.
Golf professional.
I'm going to try that today in an hour.
Hey, has this been good or what?
I loved it.
How good has this been? Thank
John,
you,
good
Kyla,
to meet
Allison.
you, kid. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
And best of luck. And if you need somebody to polish shoes or caddy, you got to let me know.
Perry,
Okay.
get to the range tomorrow night for Monday, please.
Yeah, I'll get to the range. Don't worry about it. Folks, this has been a lot of fun. You can tell we have a lot of fun, huh? And we bring you some information and entertainment. Hopefully, everybody will see you next week. Hopefully, God willing. This is News Radio 570 WSYR.